1 second. Just checking to see. Okay, we're good. I always have to check to be sure. I'm gonna place it here. Save everything. All right. Welcome, everyone. This is Techies 15 Live by Immigrant Techies Network. So we are a nonprofit organization that supports immigrant professionals as they integrate into tech careers and start their own startup businesses. And we also support tech companies in finding talent, leveraging the very rich immigrant talent pool. And Techies 15 Live is our weekly water cooler moment, we like to call it, where we host someone from the community that is building something or doing a great work or just want to share about their own career journey. It's our way of staying in touch with who's doing what in the community and just keeping the conversation going. And it's also a way of showcasing people in the community so that they have some opportunity to share their work. And we always have cool people that we bring in every week. And today, our cool person is Alex Mejia, customer experience manager from Alberta Blue Cross. So thank you so much, Alex, for joining us.
Hi, Wunmi. Thank you for having me. Very happy to be here.
Yeah, we only have 15 minutes. It goes by really fast. So can we meet you? Tell us a little bit about yourself, your own journey, your immigrant journey, if that applies, and just a little bit to get to know you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've always lived in Calgary. I moved here in 2012. And my immigrant journey may be a little bit different from most people
Mm.
that I know. I've been very involved with the immigration space since I've been here. I was lucky enough to be a sponsor via an intra-company transfer. I worked for a multinational in the agriculture space back in Mexico. And then at the time of fusion with other part of the business, that's when then the opportunity presented. We have colleagues from Calgary going to Mexico, so making connections and having, I think, a big champion in that company really helped us well with that. So within a time of a year, I was able then to move to Calgary in the same line of work that I already had with at that time was in customer relationship management. The same company, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So some people from Calgary get to move to Mexico, which I'm sure they absolutely love as well. So it's a win-win, right? Win-win situation for everyone.
Yeah, at that time, yeah, I think it was only me who got the to transfer, but yeah, there was an opportunity for a very niche role, and
I see.
yeah, I got that an opportunity to come here.
That's cool. So what has your career been even before Calgary? What did you study? How did you get into customer experience? And maybe a
Yeah,
little bit about what that is. So how is customer experience different from customer service or customer support or even what do we call this one? There's another one.
success.
It's customer success, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So I'll start with the
Uh-huh.
first part. Um, so my background is I have a bachelor's in trade relations, and then in 2012, I finished an MBA with a marketing concentration and community economic development concentration, so dual. And yeah, I think early on in my career, I really discovered that I was drawn to the business side, to really changing the experience of people. I think even before working professionally, I discovered that through being a Mary Kay sales consultant. So through that experience, and that really helped me actually to get my first car. I
Oh.
learned that it's people usually forget what you say, but people never forget how you make them feel.
True.
And this, I was in my teens when I did this. And as I said, I could afford my first car at the age of 19 by selling these products. And that really resonated for me my whole life. So The first part of my career was in this company I was mentioning. I was managing multi-million-dollar marketing programs. Then I moved into the tech space where I manage very high visibility escalations, also multi-million-dollar cases. And then the last 2 years in customer experience management, where I focus primarily on journey management. And I think the main key association between the roles, because I had different titles, is
Right, right.
one, the customer centricity component. So I always been really drawn to be able to influence how companies serve their customers and improve the way they experience the relationship with the brands. The second one is data. I'm very data driven. So always leveraging insights or voice of the customer information, and then be able to get the buy-in from the stakeholders that way, to be able to get the influence and get them to participate and improve the experience based on those insights. And the last part is management component. So being strategic in terms of how to drive influence without any formal authority at times, but also create alignment between cross-functional teams. So those are kind of the alignment that I have seen throughout my career. And then to answer the second part of the question related to the difference, I think that's also very important for
Yeah,
someone.
the whole experience design is a field on its own. It's a complete discipline, right? So you have employee experience design, customer experience design, and sometimes people just tend to think, oh, it's customer, has to be just customer service. I mean, there's nothing just about customer service, but it's people tend to think it's the same thing. So yeah, it'd be great to understand what makes it different and why it's important.
Yeah, I think if someone is considering to start or to make a change into customer experience, that's something that they will need to define. So when we talk about customer experience management, that would be at the highest level, considering that is all the touch points at the relationship level that a customer have with a company or with a brand in the pursuit of achieving a goal, whatever that may be. So it doesn't only involve your company at times, it may also involve other touch points, because that's what happens in people's lives. But that would be at the management level. Now, customer service, customer support are absolutely part of the customer experience, but it is just one piece of it. So an easy example to refer to this would be, imagine you order something from Amazon, and the digital touch point when you order through your app, that's going to be one touch point. And maybe that part of the experience is seamless, it went great, you can navigate the app easily. But then once you get that item delivered, and it may not even be by Amazon, it may be by a third-party vendor, right? But for the customer, they don't care. They all know that the experience is with Amazon. And if that delivery person maybe throws your item, it gets broken, they forgot to ring the bell and you didn't even hear about it, you are going to end up with a bitter feeling at the end of the experience.
Towards Amazon. Yeah.
If it gets broken, well, then you don't get to achieve the goal that you had with that purchase, right? So end of the day, the holistic experience, that would be customer experience. While part of the experience, if you call, you complain, that then you involve customer support, right? So it will be one piece of it. Now, customer success is different because it focuses more on that relationship with the vendor. So it's most likely a B2B, I would say. That's
sometimes, and a lot of times has a technical component to it as well. You know, like resolving technical issues. So that's included in that.
I would say more related to customer support, perhaps, but they are all different. I guess that's the main difference. They have maybe different approaches, different goals, all important, but that would be something to define by the person that is looking to start a career in customer experience. That there may be different components to it. So customer success, what I was going to say is that there's more focus probably on the part related to, of course, retention, upselling, cross-selling. So there's a lot of sales drivers in those kind of roles versus what a person journey management or customer experience management would do.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, it's a more holistic management and requires a lot of design as well. So experience doesn't just happen. It has
Right.
to be baked in. It has to be designed into the organization strategy and everything. It cannot be an afterthought, right? Yeah, and it also includes even the way people interact with your brand before a tangible touch point. So what it looks like, right? Can you speak a little bit to that? So the experience is not until they come to click on your website to buy something. Just looking through your website or hearing about your company from another person is part of the experience that you want to build.
Yeah, you touch base on something very, very important, and that's what I always like to think like with a holistic approach. So
Mhm.
if every interaction, whether it's with a specific customer, that will expand and escalate quickly, right? Because they're getting more demanding. They want better
Right.
service, so they have a voice. They have
Yeah,
many,
we
many
have options.
ways, yeah,
Yeah.
to communicate to the world, to their network. I had a bad experience, or I love this brand. So you're absolutely right. That relationship with
Mhm.
a brand can happen whether or not they are your customers yet, because they have an impression from the
Mhm.
network, from social media. So reputation, that's something that it is part of a holistic approach in customer
Right.
experience.
So if someone is already in a customer facing role, but they want to get into the more strategic design, experience design role, what do they need to do?
Yeah, I would say something that could set them apart is looking into those cases or experiences where they can demonstrate that aside from fixing something, they maybe provided a more proactive approach or a more rounded solution. What I mean by that is that perhaps they got a case where, sure, someone complained about delayed delivery, but instead of just saying, okay, resolving that particular case, look at the data is your best friend, because you can look into trends. So if you notice something in the database, whether that's through call drivers or other type of information, spend the time if you can, into analyzing that. Maybe you bring up a case that is affecting not just that customer, but maybe hundreds or thousands of customers. And those cases is where the strategic part of the role can really start
Mhm.
shining, because then you bring that again. Okay, I fix this, but how do I prevent this to happen to more customers? Like, what is the root cause of this particular issue? So I say those kind of examples could really set you apart when looking for a more
Mhm.
strategic role.
And in your experience, have you seen what is the typical career path of someone in your line of work? Are they usually like yours? They already start with customer facing or relationship management, or have you seen other interesting pivots into a customer experience?
Yeah, I think I've seen a variety of them. So definitely service designers are a great fit for customer experience role, just because
Mhm.
they bring that holistic view of not even just saying, uh, I'm running a customer experience program, and that may mean different things for different organizations. So a
Sure.
lot of companies may just run surveys, and based on those surveys, they expect things to happen. But the reality is that most of the times they don't.
Yeah,
You need to
we
think
know.
more change management,
Yes,
culture, how
yes.
you embed it into the organization. So that's one example. A lot of people in marketing, I think that's also a natural fit. As I said, I think the constants that I've seen is that you need to be customer centric, and even talking
Mhm.
about careers or your education background may not be as relevant as long as you learn the key things, right? So that customer centricity, be data driven, because the other part of it is that you need to be business savvy. So bringing just the insights or numbers, oh, we had this NPS, or this is the CSAT,
Mhm.
that may
Mhm.
not mean much for the other people in the organization. You need to learn to communicate with your partners, with other stakeholders, based on what matters to them. So
Right.
if I'm having a lot of, this many number of support calls or people have wait times, what does that mean for the bottom line of the organization? Like, is there cost to serve? Is there potential
Mhm.
for cost savings? Is there an opportunity for retention or improving profits? So I would say those are the biggest, some of the biggest skills that you should need to focus
Mhm.
on,
Mhm.
independently
Yeah,
of your background. There's many transferable skills, right?
sure. Yeah, my own experience in customer experience was kind of married with change management and culture shift. So it was in an industry that was heavily scientific. So people tend to just think in terms of scientific deliverable, and there was a push to move the organization into a customer centric mindset. So it came as a whole like that. So with change management, culture shift, customer experience, it kind of came as a package like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. What are some tools that are peculiar that customer experience professionals use?
Yeah, so research tools for sure. So definitely listening polls or surveys is a big component of customer experience programs. So
Mm-hmm.
some specific software would be Qualtrics is a big one that I would say if you get the opportunity to learn it, that would be key. Some statistical knowledge wouldn't hurt. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, right now there's a lot of tools that help you with that, but
Yeah.
really understanding the reasoning behind it, I think it really helps you. For sure, know how to design surveys and keep an eye on surveys,
Mm-hmm.
like making it very extreme, like exhaust your customers. I think that's one key thing. Um, Journey
And
mapping
things like
is also
journey
key.
mapping.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
journey mapping, and right now there's a lot of tools out there. I mean, there's
Mm-hmm.
some that could help you just to actually map journeys, which could be Mural, Miro. But now it's like what I actually do is journey management, and there's a lot of tools for a specific that part of this practice where you can actually integrate the business metrics into it. You can make it visible to everyone. You can maybe even bring people to collaborate in the tool when you start a workshop, and it provides a lot of value, those kind of tools. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I use Excel almost on a daily basis.
Yeah.
AI, definitely. I mean, AI is completely transforming the customer experience
Yeah.
landscape.
Yeah. Can you talk
And
about that in just 1 minute? How is AI impacting that?
yeah, I think, I mean, in terms of the customer experience itself, well, it's a game changer, right? Like when you interact with a tool, you can definitely look closer at what your customers are doing and influence their decisions, make recommendations. I mean, we are already living that space. I think as people are integrated into their practice, definitely you can become faster, maybe more specific into how you are providing your deliverables. I do a lot of facilitation and ideation prototyping in my practice too. So I'm definitely learning more into how to integrate these tools into, again, how to meet the other areas such as product management and help them
Mm-hmm.
to ship faster, right? I think that would be one thing to do without sacrificing the quality of the work. I think AI is just here to enable us and serve better our customers.
Mm-hmm. And give you more efficient tools and yeah. Oh wow, this has been great. See, we went 5 minutes over.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I thought we could just keep going because you're so knowledgeable and I can see
Thank you.
your passion coming through as you were explaining. So this is awesome. Thank you so much,
Thanks.
Alex. Thanks for being here. Thanks everyone. If people want to stay in touch with you, what's the best way?
I'll say through LinkedIn, I'm pretty active. I haven't been publishing too much lately, but yeah, I connect with me there, and I'm happy to have a virtual
Yeah.
coffee too.
Awesome. And if you have questions about some specific things that we talked about here, you can put it in the chat on this LinkedIn where you're watching this. So, and I'm sure Alex will be happy to answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Alex. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Gumi. Take
Have
care.
a great afternoon, everyone.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.